People often ask, what's the correct way to hold the ukulele? And I say, without a doubt, the only way to hold your ukulele is on your head. No, I don't say that at all. Like a lot of things ukulele, there is no correct way to hold it. There are a few different ways, and each of those ways has its pros and cons. Some have more pros than cons. Probably the first way, the easiest way to hold your ukulele, if it's big enough, is to sit it in your lap on an angle like that. Now that's what a lot of classical guitarists do. They have their guitar sitting there. When the neck's up like this, it not only allows you to see what you're doing, but your hand, or both hands really, are in a very nice place to either strum or pluck, and your hand is easy to curve over the fretboard and gain traction either with single notes or with chords. So that's a really nice, easy thing to do. Of course, some people have really small ukuleles, and if they sat in their lap, it'd be down here somewhere. So in that case, you can hold it close to you, again on an angle, so that you can tilt slightly if you need to. But it's, your hand doesn't have to undergo a lot of pushing to get it up and around the fretboard. Now, quite a lot of people use straps when they play, and I'm guilty of holding my uke a bit like this too, with or without a strap, is having it straight like that, because that's how I've played guitar and bass a lot. I've had it straight like that and really very low. And of course, when it's very low down here, it's quite easy to see what you're doing, but your hand then really has to, you have to push that wrist out, you have to keep that shoulder down. It's good to keep your shoulder down anyway, but the wrist really has to push out a long way to get the fingers to curve over to the fretboard. And if you hold it low like that and you have to do that, it can start to get quite painful for your wrist, and it's not the best way to do it. So it's good to remember, if you've got a strap on it, because often the strap will stop the ukulele doing this, and often the ukulele will start to go sideways when you've got a strap on it, just because that's how it's balanced. And it's important not to have it too low though. If you've got it up about here with a strap on it, or even if you're holding it up here, it's a good way to go. Of course, some women might find that they've got to sit it on the porch, but it's still quite a bit easier on your fretting hand to have it up here. The only problem with having it up here is, unless you do a big head stretch or a tilt, you can't see so clearly what you're doing on the fretboard. So holding the ukulele up here, either with a strap or just pressed, if you can see I'm just clamping it to my body with my strumming hand, just like that. You need to be able to know pretty well what you're doing with your fretting hand, because you don't have a lot of opportunity to see it very clearly. But of course, you've still got, if you don't have dots on the fretboard, which you can't see from there anyway, but you should have dots up on the top here, and if you don't have any, or if you play left-handed, you can just put them on with liquid paper so you can see where the 3rd, 5th, 7th and 10th frets are, which can help you navigate when you can't actually see the fretboard. So of course, how you hold the ukulele is going to depend a little bit on how long your arms and hands and fingers are, and what feels comfortable for you and what doesn't cause pain. So have a bit of an experiment, but just keep in mind that either higher up on the body or at a nice angle, either held or in your lap, are the easiest positions for both of your hands, especially your fretting hand. Have fun.